Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. It is your girl Honey. Welcome back. And those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Honey. Today people, we are talking about the psychology of Scorpio rising. Now before we even get into all of that good stuff, I want to just quickly plug in my website, honeysastro.com. I will link my relative links to my classes. I will link my links to my blog page, all in the comment section below, so check that out when you get a minute. And also, to keep the content going, I would really appreciate if you guys could like, subscribe, share my content to get as much people aware of the ascendant as possible. Alright people, let's just jump straight on into it. So you guys are here to understand the psychology behind Scorpio rising. And of course I have to always start off with Scorpios because Scorpios give the most love in astrology. And let me tell you why. Astrology is a form of psychology. I like to include it together. It helps us make sense of human behavior and how we interact. All of that is psychology. But psychology is linked to Scorpio energy. Scorpio, 8th house, Pluto psychology. So that's why you guys, I always have to start with you because you guys always give the most amount of love. Okay. All right. So the ascendant is the most important part of our charts because it represents the beginning of time, the beginning of your birth, you being born. That's why we need to know the exact time of when you were born. You guys would have had a difficult birth, very transformational. Sometimes we see like family members who could have passed away as you're being born, things like that. Difficult birth for your mother, having to be very closely connected with your mum in the first couple of years of life. There is a lot that you have to do in this lifetime, and a lot of that is down to your parents. The parents represent the 10th house, the midheaven. Also I link it to dad. The 4th house is family, home, mother. Now these two houses are likely to be an aspect to the ascendant, so they will create you, the ascendant. So the rising is your physical body, appearance, persona, identity, and it's your outlook on life. The rising represents who we essentially need to become or grow into. And yes, the ascendant is who we are. And everything that you read online or watch videos about in terms of what the ascendant is, yes, that's who we are. However, it's just scraping the surface because who we are is about psychologically breaking that down, and that's who we need to become and grow into. So let's talk a little bit about the background and why Scorpio may be how they are, right? Which can be very unapproachable, you know, not the most friendly initially. There could also be a resting bitch face maybe. But when you guys enter into a room, your energy can be felt and can make people feel uncomfortable. And that's obviously not intentional from you guys. You might hear people say, yeah, she's got a bit of a bad vibe about her, or I don't like her vibe. And it's like, your vibe is just very, I don't trust anyone in this room, so I'm gonna just keep my distance from everybody. And that can also be down to your 12th house. The 12th house has Libra in there. Now Libra represents relationships, bonds, other people. So there can be a past life issue that links you to why you have this fear towards people. To be a Scorpio rising, growing up in your environment, but there's usually something about mum that kind of keeps you linked to her. And it can be because mum has been the parent that has been always available to you. And sometimes as well, there can be a feeling of like guilt, you know, growing up and seeing your mum struggle or seeing your mum do this and do that, all the sacrifices that she's made, and part of you feels like, you know what, I kind of owe it to my mum. You may have also learned to psychologically understand what your mother has gone through, seeing that she's had terrible relationships, seeing that she has had to make poor decisions, and I'm going to support my mum through that because she's my mum. You know, a lot of Scorpio risings can have bad relationships with their mum, but there is just this connection where I can't let go. It's not like a Cancer or Aries energy of like it being toxic. Yes, it can be a toxic relationship, but it's very different. It's like there's an obligation to be very close with mum because psychologically, Scorpio risings unconsciously have done the work to see their mum in all the choices that she has made. This is why a lot of Scorpio risings who move away from their parents, move away from their mum, and their mum slowly moves in. You know, she'll bring her slippers over. She'll bring her dressing gown. And before you know it, she's bringing her things and she's moved in. As a Scorpio rising, it's not easy for you to say, yeah, let go. I'm a Gemini rising. There's no way my mum could just bring her things and just move in. If I want her to be there, I will say, Mum, you need to be here. But I don't feel that there's that obligation for her to be there. Whereas with Scorpio risings, there's a feeling of, I see what she's been through. I psychologically get it, and I still want her to be around and be close to me like that because I'm obligated as her child to support her where I can. Now, even if mum is not living with you and you're like, no, honey, my mum could never just move in with me like that, you're still going to have a relationship with her where you're going to have that feeling of obligation. Mum tends to play a big role in your life, and that can be obligated in terms of finances, emotional support. It could literally be anything, but there's just that feeling of, you know, I need to be there. And sometimes mum can cross a boundary. Like, mother is usually someone who you would have had to get into her mind to understand more about her and to obviously see the choices that she's made and why she's made them, but you've kind of psychologically read her, and that kind of teaches you to be calculated, even manipulative, but it kind of teaches you to use your mind to really understand the reasons behind the choices that people make. You guys would have had to be very calculated growing up. And I remember I had a Scorpio rising friend, and every time we would go into a house party or we were going to a boy's house, right, she would say to us, oh, come to my house and ask my parents with me if we can go. We were very, very young back then. I remember she mastered the ability to be calculated to her parents and bring us around to manipulate the situation, because they would never say no if we were all there ready together to ask her, because to them they're like, okay, she's going to be safe because she's with her group of friends, right? You can also see very protective parents. And the reason why there's a lot of protection around your from your parents is because a lot of the time Scorpio risings exude this intense energy about them. And I hate to say this, it's a very sexual energy, but when you think about a child with a Scorpio rising, you don't link the word sexual to children. Like, that's not what I'm talking about at all. However, as a parent, you're very protective of things that could happen to your child. So there's always that fear of what could happen. And in some cases, for a lot of Scorpio risings out there, they experience violations, you know, especially if Pluto is already here as well. They experience a lot of violations, and parents just want to be protective over them. As the Scorpio rising grows, they understand, they get it, and this is why they learn to be calculated. So as you guys grow older and you realize, you know, I learned to be calculated because of my parents, you also apply that calculated persona to the world. So that's why people don't quite get you straight away, because you've learned to be calculated, because you're not sure. You're not the most trusting people either. You're very just not sure about her, just not sure, you know. I want to also highlight life choices, you know, Scorpio, Pluto, you know, psychology, crisis, trauma. Trauma is embedded in you, and don't feel like, oh my god, honey, how can you say that? Oh my god, no, this isn't a bad thing. I'm an 8th house stellium. Pluto is my dominant planet. It's not a big deal. But when I say it's embedded in you, you guys have the ability to literally go through something very traumatic. What's that saying? God gives his strongest soldiers the world. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. My point is, you guys will go through something traumatic, life-changing, but it's you guys who embrace that transformation that comes out of it, the change, the psychological development. There are people out there who will literally do everything they can to avoid facing their fears, their traumas, or transform out of those situations. Scorpio risings, Pluto in the 1st house, you guys have that beauty about it. I saw a comment, oh my god, on Instagram the other day, yeah, of this guy who said, daddy issues only applies to women, not men. And I sat there like, are you gonna be that dumb? Are you gonna be that dumb? Like, it doesn't just affect you if you're a man or a woman, it affects you because you are human, okay? And all of us deal or respond to trauma very differently. But it just reminded me that there are people out there who actually think like that. And as a Scorpio rising, you guys don't always think like that. You guys are open to understanding more about yourself. Let me just say this real quick, because there will probably be someone in the comments who says, yeah, but my ex wasn't like that. My ex was not open to seeing his issues. When I'm talking about this, right, I'm talking about people who are becoming the Scorpio rising, who have done the work. So essentially the term is evolved. Now, those people who may not relate to what I'm saying are likely to be people who are operating from a perspective of fear, low vibrational. They're still on that journey to evolving, and that's okay. Their time just has not come. We've also got to bear in mind, if there are placements like Saturn in Scorpio, Chiron in Scorpio, the nodes in Scorpio, there's going to be placements that are going to create some conflict or difficulty in the natural expression of evolving as a Scorpio rising. And this is the thing, the ascendant links us to self-awareness. And this is why when you learn a lot more about astrology, you kind of learn more about your purpose. And as the ascendant sits in Scorpio, you will learn that the purpose is for you to psychologically evolve and to regain personal power of the self. A lot of Scorpio risings have experienced a power struggle in their childhood. Again, this can be a sexual violation, this can be public humiliation, this can be some type of embarrassment, or literally just being in your home environment and just feeling as though you're not living in your truth or living in your power. Hence why growing up and learning how to calculate or how to manipulate your situation, because that is how you learn to survive in your home situation. Power and control can be looked at as, yeah, this person wants to control or manipulate people. No, we're looking at someone who wants to be in control of themselves. The power comes through psychologically reflecting, self-discovery, power of the self. And you guys have to be very cautious of the life choices that you make, because remember I was saying to you before about trauma links us to Scorpio. So your life choices can very easily turn things traumatic. Be very careful about reckless choices. Like reckless sex can lead to STDs. STDs can be life-changing, life-altering. No one wants to be on pills for the rest of their life, and especially when it's found or when it was created through reckless sex. You know, you don't want to be in a situation where you've had lots of abortions or terminations because you've had lots of reckless sex. When it comes down to it, you found someone who treats you well, you're happy, and you want to have kids now, and you're having a hard time trying to get pregnant. So you've got to always think about your life choices, because Scorpio risings, your life can be very problematic due to your choices. The choices you make today can alter your life, like not just for tomorrow, but literally for several years. So always be very careful of what it is you're doing and whether this is the right choice for right here, right now. So what you guys do, and the beauty of what you guys do, is something that may have initially started off as maybe not so beautiful, maybe even ugly. You guys turn it into something amazing. That's why Scorpio risings become great mothers. You guys become very self-aware and very advanced when it comes to who you are, because you guys have that ability to really reflect on yourselves. And when it comes to, you know, personal development, self-awareness, we need to understand that as Scorpio risings, you can be very complex, very chaotic. But what opposes Scorpio? Taurus. The simplistic expression of Taurus, 7th house, is other people. They're going to help you to simplify the things that you've always found to be complex about you. Other people help us understand more about ourselves. So you guys have to understand that it's very important that other people play a huge factor, a huge role in who you are and your personal development. And it's about you kind of trusting that other people are going to also teach you and contribute to your development. Mending relationships, having healthier friendships or romantic relationships with people is also part of your development to really help you to make sense of it all. So, as you can hear, I've got to go. My son is going in right now, so I will see you guys on the... Okay. All right, see you later. Bye.